YouTube, what's up? What's up? Gonna do another video, starting it off with asking the question, two-wheel drive or four-wheel drive for my truck, hauling my truck camper around? That's a good question. Two-wheel drive or four-wheel drive? You know, it kind of just, here again, it goes back to what are you going to be doing with the truck? Where do you foresee taking it? In what types of weather conditions? And then, of course, it also goes into what kind of truck camper that, what do you want to do with it? If you want to be up in the mountains or out in the desert or out in the sand dunes with like a pop-up truck camper, and you're gonna be going out in the backcountry and dispersed camping and really just getting out there a ways. If that's what you want to do, then yeah, you definitely want to have four-wheel drive for that. Talking about snow. Yeah, four-wheel drive definitely will come in handy for the snow. It is my belief, through my own experience driving two-wheel drive trucks in the snow, that, and it's really not, a four-wheel drive isn't required for everything in the snow. Don't let everybody lead you to believe that you must have a four-wheel drive in the snow. No, I call BS on that. And especially if you're going to be hauling a truck camper around your truck with all that extra weight, that's really going to help you get around in the snow and the icy conditions. When we start getting into trucks, dually or single rear wheel truck, in the snow with in the snow, like with a dually, for example, if you're going to have to chain it up, typically all you have to do is just chain up the inside dual. So you would drive up the outside duals on blocks, and then put chains on the inside of the duals. And a lot of the dually trucks, the two-wheel drive dually trucks, have limited slip rear differentials. Mine has a limited slip rear differential. So that's gonna create a positive traction in the snow. So you combine that with all the weight and chains, and you're not going to have a problem getting around. Unless you're talking about going up, steep hills and that sort of a thing. Then then four-wheel drive definitely would do you well there. So yeah, two-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. I think, and then, the advantages of two-wheel drive, of course, are that you have less powertrain to maintain. You don't have a front differential. You don't have drive shafts. You don't have transfer cases to have to deal with and maintain and upkeep. Two-wheel drives also, they give you a little bit of a lower center of gravity, which is always, in my book, always a great thing with the truck camper. It just lower center of gravity is always better for you. Ride quality, you're definitely going to get a little bit of a better ride with the two-wheel drive versus a four-wheel drive. They're going to ride a little bit stiffer. And gas mileage wise, you're going to get a little bit better gas mileage with a two-wheel drive than a four-wheel drive. Not a lot, maybe 1 or 2 miles per gallon better with a two-wheel drive versus a four-wheel drive. So those are some of the reasons. If you have some other thoughts on this, please add to the discussion below and comment. Thanks, YouTube. Have a great day.